Titanium is not better than aluminium. Well, that's what Apple wants us to believe after launching the new iPhone 17 last night. And big surprise, the internet isn't buying it, saying Apple is cheating out on us. And sure, that might be part of the story, but why they actually made the switch back to aluminium is a bit more of a complicated situation. We've come a long way since the chrome-plated metal and the plastic designs of the first iPhones, but aluminium has always been a key component. It's lightweight, flexible, and more importantly, pretty good at taking a hit. It was only with the launch of the iPhone X that Apple started adding more material options to their premium devices, with the Pro models having a stainless steel frame that carried on being the norm for quite a few generations, up until the launch of the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max, where the more lightweight yet stronger titanium was introduced. Why did Apple make the switch? Why did it only last 2 generations? And why did they choose aluminium over stainless steel this time around?
At 5.6 millimeters, it's the thinnest iPhone we've ever made.
Titanium as a material is strong and lightweight, making it ideal for something fragile that you carry with you every day, like a phone. The problem is, because it's harder than steel, you need specialized equipment, low tolerances, and very high expensive CNC bits that wear out over time to actually make anything with it. And while all of that time and money is worth it when you think about medical equipment or spacecraft, it feels kind of like a waste with phones, especially when you add titanium's other properties into the mix. Let's look at this, the iPhone 16 Pro Max as an example. It had one major flaw: overheating. And believe it or not, that was entirely titanium's fault. It's 10 times worse at conducting heat away from components than aluminium is. Even stainless steel is a slightly better choice than titanium. When it comes to tech, more performance generally means more heat. And if the heat can't escape, the phone might feel cold to the outside touch, but it might be overheating on the inside, especially in extreme cases where 4K recording is taking place for long sessions at a go, or charging and gaming, for example. And I think the chips in the new iPhones might just be too hot for titanium or stainless steel to have been a viable option. The switch back to aluminium does come with some extra benefits though, like the new colors, for example, launched this year. Those wouldn't be possible with titanium. Have you ever seen those videos where they change the colors of a titanium screw? Those are basically the only colors titanium can go to. And keeping those colors consistent is practically impossible without some pretty nasty chemicals. Again, stainless steel has a similar limitation. It's stainless after all, so it makes sense for them to go back to aluminium. Titanium is also terrible for the environment, 67% worse than aluminium. And with Apple actively trying to reduce their carbon footprint on the planet, it's just not fitting to their goals. I'm not a specialist here by any means, but as far as I understand it, titanium refinement needs a lot of power, which usually comes from burning fossil fuels, and physically extracting the ore damages the ecosystem and releases a bunch of very harmful chemicals into the environment. And yes, while it's recyclable, it still has to be remelted, which again needs a lot of energy. So when it comes down to material choice, I think Apple made the right choice here. Sure, aluminium might not be the strongest, but it's lightweight and it's good at conducting heat. And yeah, it's not the most environmentally friendly of the three, but its slightly higher environmental impact than stainless steel is offset by all of its advantages. If you're still dead set on a titanium phone though, then don't worry, Apple still hasn't completely gotten rid of it. Their all-new ultra-thin iPhone 17 Air does rely on titanium as a frame. Bonus point to Apple for making it 80% recycled material though. Nice. But to be fair, they only used it because they had to. They physically couldn't build it with anything else. The structural integrity just wouldn't hold up. Apple learned that the hard way with the iPhone 6 Plus. Do you remember that one? And this new iPhone Air is thinner than the iPhone 6. Is Apple cheaping out? That's probably part of it, but the reason or the excuses they have makes sense. Will we as the consumer actually notice a difference? Well, with the phone case market expected to be worth $13.6 billion by 2029, probably not. Unless you're throwing your phone around without a case, or planning on sending it to space. Aluminium should be good enough for you. Like, for real, you don't need titanium. Yes, titanium feels more premium, and I know a lot of people out there are upset about the downgrade in the quality of the product, but it just isn't needed. And we need the heat dissipation. This thing sucks because it's so hot. Okay, it doesn't suck, it's really good. I ordered the iPhone 17 Air, by the way, so we'll be reviewing that one in person for you guys, taking it apart, doing a bending test, so don't miss out on that video. If we at least get 999 likes on this video, I'll also make my Rottweilers chew the phone. Okay, that's a deal. Nice to meet you. this little thing they did with the new iPhone, that's all I can say. It's still going to, if you put it on a flat surface and you poke it, it's still going to do that because it's still not flat. Why even add the whole bump if it's not going to be flat? This is not the point for TV. The new iPhone range is mostly more of the same that we get every year. Slightly standard bump in performance, different design, kinda, and that's basically it. We have the iPhone 7 Air coming, which is fantastic. The new colors, pretty cool. The fact that we have this camera improvement, wow. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Samsung is taking a massive knock at Apple with the hashtag icant. That's funny. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it brought some value to you. Now you understand why they chose aluminium over titanium. See you in the next one. Cheers, bye.